Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I don't think we'll have anyone in at the moment, but let's have a gander while we're up to
Yeah, and hello to those that watch it back. I hope everyone's been well. Just going to do a couple of shares.
Oh, yeah, we're up now.
Absolutely. Live.
Do a petition.
And when you're watching it back, by all means, comment just like we're here. We always catch up on comments. And yeah, leave any comments. There you go.
I know.
There we go.
Copy link.
All right, guys, how you doing? And yeah, we've had a break, haven't we, Anna?
Yeah, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? Now.
Yeah, but one of the things I've always noticed, like for instance, we've been investigating paranormal. I have for over 20 years, and the way to stay in it is to not do it every day. Because, hello, Nicola Smith. How you doing?
Hello, Nicola.
By all means, comment. Oh, yeah, she has there. Look, it's there. Hiya, Nicola. Comment. Let us know if there's any subjects in paranormal you'd like us to cover in next coming episodes. This is more of a catch up on us breakaway. What's coming next? What's on us minds, and also to find out what anyone what's watching. If you want us to go down certain avenues in paranormal, then just let us know, and we'll take them on board. But yeah, it's I've been investigating in paranormal for over 20 years, and one way of staying in that long is not to do it every day. And it's like podcasts. Don't do it constantly.
No, you've got to come out. You have to come out at some point, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, while we've been away, me and Annette's just been talking as we're just about to go live. And one subject what's on both minds, and I think it's on everybody's at the moment, especially a bunch of files that's dropped, is spiritual warfare. In past, some would even say, we're not in a spiritual warfare. What's that? It's not real. It's not real. How do you define spiritual warfare? It's the spirit of, it's a spirit that makes you depress, or not just depress, but go decline, or
it's all consuming. That's what it is.
Yeah, all consuming, negative entropy, constant, and there's agents of that out there, and there's people that work with that spirit all the time. And I think as we go along doing these episodes, we might just mention, on episode, just 5-10 minutes mentioning what we've noticed in the week. That might be decisive, it's created to divide, things like that. Things that are set to purposely wind people up, or to purposely fearmonger, things like that.
Yeah.
If we see it.
And it does, people don't think it works, but it does work.
Yeah, definitely.
You think it's not bothered you, but then when it's like, I mean, it must bother you, John. It bothers me.
Yeah.
About all these disgusting things going on. And you can't move past that point.
Yeah, absolutely. What it is, me and yourself, everyone's different, right? So there'll be some, it's information can come out, and some will look at that and they'll go, what? It's way too much. And self-preservation, they'll purposely, mentally block it out. I'll carry on my little life. That's out there. And there's no right or wrong. It's self-preservation coping method. There's some what's been looking at this, understanding it for that long, when it comes out, it's more of a, I'm glad it's out. And I'm that guy. You're that person, and I believe, because
because we've known it for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, and when you first know, if you mention it, you're a tin hatter, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a nutter. I'm afraid it's just vindication at this point. People knew all this. People were reporting it for plenty long enough.
Long time. I was at it when I was in my bloody 20s.
Yeah.
I'm 60 now. I've been going through all seasons with bleeding in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit. No, you don't believe it. Well, sorry now, aren't they?
Yeah, and the thing is, the things that are out, if you look, it's just the older people in that circle what are getting outed. The younger ones are nameless. We don't know them, and they're out there. And it's nothing new as well. It's different, but it's nothing new. So paranormally, Victorian era, for instance, there's a mass record loads of spiritual activity. There were legitimate and illegitimate mediumship, psychic mediums, stuff like this. In Victorian era especially. This were times when they didn't have TVs. They spent all night doing seances because they had nothing else to distract them.
Yeah.
In the 90s, when I first went to Spiritualist Church, where they were still protesting in front of these Spiritualist churches, saying they were satanic. Now they're just a normal thing. When I went, there were a lady there, she were amazing. Stuff she knew, just could read from you. And she never did a public reading. And I said to her, why don't you'd be amazing doing this? She went, no, because I do seances what work with more materialistic side. Yeah. So I've got to keep my vibration at that level. And I went, what kind of thing? She went, a parting, where you put a cone on and things appear. A parting, transfiguration, all those things, materialistic things. She goes, I do that. And I said to her, well, how comes more people can't? She went, because I don't watch TV. When people spend 3-4 hours watching TV, she spends 3 or 4 hours a night doing X, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what they did in Victorian era. And we've kind of got to a point where we're that busy and distracted. It's possible we won't be able to achieve certain things. So I thought that were quite interesting. Kind of makes sense in a weird way. But those things, but yeah, spiritual warfare is like fear. And and I've been to those churches, Nicola. I mean, I'd go tonight, mate. But I am a Christian, not religious. I'm a Christian, but not religious.
But actually, I think that people do need to do.
Yeah.
If you're going to save what's there, this is what's got to do.
Yeah, and I actually don't think those churches are against anything biblically. Someone would go, "Oh, which end? Oh, that's Old Testament." And SNU, for instance, their main saying is "prove all things." It's actually biblical. It's what you do with it. Like there's certain rules, like you're not supposed to give people pending doom. I can see your spirit. I can see your spirit. An accident's cut. Right, yes, in 3 weeks' time, I'm afraid you best go on holiday now. You're not allowed to do that.
No, you're not allowed to.
You shouldn't do that because that's not their power. No one's got that. It's impossible. Yeah. And there is another way people are doing this as well now. They're using numerology. Right, this year's a bad year for you. Don't do anything. Whoa, a minute. Don't work like that for me. Tell me, but same time, it could be an heads up. I might explain that one at another point, but there's different ways they're all doing it. Some do it using like a religion. Some are using numerology, and they all might be valid, but it's at what level do you give people pending doom? You're not supposed to, really. But those spiritualist churches, yeah, they're a normal, busy thing. In the 90s, when I was going, yeah, they had little protests outside them, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Still taboo, you know. Still taboo in mid-90s.
I mean, I suppose it's custom within this country that still wouldn't have that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of countries.
And you can be, as far as I'm concerned, this country can be what the hell you like.
Yeah, I mean, it's as long as you're not hurting people or infringing on others' free will and rights, then. And
it's been a very big uplift in paganism and all.
There is. Yeah.
Going back to the old ways. I've seen so much on the internet about that. I mean, your health with herbs and stuff like that, it is rising.
You see, I totally agree with that one. But so, for instance, herbs, nutrition, health, food. Yeah, I'm all for that. But, and they seem to put a downer on anyone or anything or any group, but you wouldn't want it to go back to the old ways if you understand what the old ways are. The old ways were lawless, sinless, and basically, if you were strong enough, you get what you want, take what you want. There's no one does about it. You don't want them days to come by because not many people would last. So you don't want that, and you don't want people wielding about bad intended. Some would say black magic or whatever, dark magic.
No.
So that you need a level of standard, don't you?
Yeah.
But
well, I suppose you could sort of split that as in politics today, couldn't you? Really?
God, yeah.
You've got like your black magic ones. They'd be like, you really nasty, horrible people who want to do harm to people, and then people on this hand who want to do the good. It's the same bloody thing.
Yeah, I mean, magic today it's a different kind of witchcraft now. When I say witchcraft, not all witchcraft is bad. It's all tension. But I'm just going to say it's an all different kind of black magic. So during COVID, when you put news on, they had a bar at bottom. How many people's died today?
Oh,
that was a constant play on fear. Because guess what? I looked up as soon as they did it. I thought, what's average on a typical year? 750 dead. Yeah, normal. It never went above that much. And so all I saw were a normal day. But for many people, and I don't blame them, they haven't got the paranoia to look and go. They'll look at that and go, "Oh my good God, what? Look at this, hundreds dead." Yeah, that's normal. But they did it as well when at the beginning of 2000s when there were 9/11. Bottom, they had scrolling bars of doom, and it's a play on fear. While they've got you scared, they've got you captured.
Yeah, that's right.
Control.
You don't know which way to move, so you just stay where you are.
Yeah. So
it's fight or flight, innit?
Yeah.
You can't tell us to do neither. Stay there, stuck on your spot.
That's it, yeah. And when I get a sense that that's coming through, I automatically do opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I can't help it. So if anyone goes, don't leave your house, you're all going to die, I will leave my house.
No. Tell me you're like me, say no, don't do it. I'm going to go and do it.
The day that becomes a real problem, I'll be the first one gone. You know what I mean? But until then, it won't be a fake capture for me because I just walked off. I lost 2.5 stone over COVID at race. I shaved my hair off, which was the best thing ever because that old hairstyle guys were terrible. So yeah, I'm not being funny. It worked out well for me. I don't like how people were scared and negatively affected. But also another thing about being Christian, and it's also just a good outlook, and it's Buddhist as well, is if you encounter, it's Hindu as well, way of thinking. If you're encountering a bad situation, you step back and just go, right, okay, this is bad. It's going to lead to something good. After this is done, so I'm going to come out better out of this. It's a curse becomes a gift. So I tend to look at it that way because there's only 2 options. You look at it that way. Stay stoic. But if you're stoic, stoicism's great, but sometimes it can leave you with a lack of wisdom after you've gone through something because you've stayed too numb. Or you can like devour you, and what good comes of that? So I saw it happening, and I'm thinking, well, if I step outside and I breathe air, do I get infected? No. So I'll have a walk. Then I went to the shop. But you just see, when you see people peddling for you, then you know it's a spiritual attack.
Yeah.
So, it'd be good to mention that, actually. Definitely.
Do you know what? I would love at this present moment in time, I would really love to have the stats on how many people are getting bad hauntings and stuff. Because honest to God, the fear outside with everything that's going on. You don't want to go out because of this. You don't want to go out because of that. The war, all the rest of it, all this lot. I would love to find out what the stats on bad hauntings are, on bad spirits. Because can you imagine how they live off that fear?
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'll come back to that. I've just got to shut that. I've just got to shut the back door.
Yeah, fine. Well, for anyone who's in, I know it's nice to see you in the comments, and it's nice to be back doing something that we like for a change, not just working all the time. All work and no play makes it very boring.
My daughter discovered DoorDash deliveries.
Oh. Yeah.
So, yeah. For instance, Annette, you mentioned hauntings and, what's the stats kind of thing.
Yeah.
At the moment, last year, in 2025, for instance, there were a steep rise in requests for exorcisms again.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fear, isn't it?
Yeah. So
you pick it up, you live off it.
Yeah.
But that's spiritual warfare, is it not?
Yeah, definitely. And you do have the church-driven exorcists, but because of increase and support needed, I'm not going to say it like this, but there's like a lesser role exorcist program even being sent out. to be able to deal with it, because they're basically internet exorcists. So it's been seen as an actual problem that the internet exorcists. It's been seen that there's a rise in requests, and yeah, it's an interesting one. But I asked, I was having a chat with. Oh yeah, I was having a chat with a lady. Thanks, Phil. And Phil, just see what you think to this bit. What I come up with here, because Annette might think. I was talking to a lady, and I said to her, right. Back in old days, people saw half man, half goat chasing them through woods. Now, where about now, if we go in woods, we won't see that. How comes they were there then, but not now? And it's what she said and how she explained it. This will be just paraphrasing and short version, but she said, as we evolved in as awareness, they can't just keep coming out like that. They've got to evolve, because if they turn up looking like they did back in olden days, we'd send armies into woods, stuff like this. It doesn't work. So they've advanced. They're creeping in different ways, and there's a lot of scientists and developers what are saying. They're creeping in through technology.
Yeah.
I've always kind of like put that to one side. I didn't I'll give over, But I've been talking to people in Gnostic circles. Phil, correct me if I'm wrong. And I believe they were saying that there's a sphere of beings that live in electromagnetism. If so, and strangely enough, Bible, Quran, all these things, they warn about technology coming in end days. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, exactly, Phil. Yeah, emotions and changes of events. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another thing as well. If you've noticed, there's things will always play on emotions. That's another sign, or any something trying to manipulate you. So, without being too grim, there are a few instances in the last 10 years where a wars broke out, and to capture public, a child, what might have been a victim of something terrible, was picked up, placed in a different position, so it looked even worse. So when you saw it, it made you more upset. Again, don't work on me, because when I see something, I think, that's strange. It's terrible. I know it's a bad thing and it's awful, but my brain questions. I go, yeah, okay. And we've even got plenty of video cameras, press paying kids in other countries to lay down, crawl, struggle.
Yeah, absolutely true that, yeah.
Yeah. And then another camera, as soon as that's finished, watches him stand straight up, gets his money, and off he goes. You don't blame kid. It's not kid's fault. And press, they said, well, we just... Yeah.
All you need to cause a war these days is a camera.
Yeah.
That's
and it's no different in football in Europe, for instance. England fans were paid to cause scuffles for press so they could capture it and get out. That's a fact. So these things, they're more that's like a demonic action, because I'm going to go in, do this for my own good, even though it's no good for anyone.
How can that play, in my view? Yeah, leaning to Gnosticism. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like those devilish actions, and it occurs, and I mean, if we see it, during week, and then we come on as live, we could just mention ones what probably stand out.
Yeah.
Hi, Marie. How you doing? Marie's been investigating recently as well, but
I can't see Marie's.
Yeah, I've just seen her interactions, but yeah, it's definitely worth mentioning when we see it, because there's even marketing pools where people pay for them to advise how to make people fear more or react more to be able to buy a product or listen to the advice. So, how do we scare these enough to follow this advice? There's millions spent on that. Hi, Marie. How you doing? So yeah, when we see it, it's probably worth mentioning when we go live.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because definitely on that as well, and also probably look at instances where where's the strange demonic activity coming from, things like this. We'll probably look at that as well. Amount of hauntings reported. I'll look at that.
Yeah, we'll try and find out some, get some stories of the latest ones.
Yeah, definitely, because that would be that'd be interesting overall as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, we'll prepare some clips as well, because we're doing some paranormal investigations. We Ghosts of Britain, and there's a few techniques that we're looking at, and the techniques that other groups use as well. But we're going to be adding a few unique elements to it. So
I'll watch that. I'll be interested.
Yeah. We'll show clips of that, and then I'll explain why we did it. We've got a clip already on a Rumble channel I've got, and the reason why I've gone to Rumble is we were doing an investigation. I did it. It was me, my fault. I read what happened historically in this location, and it was a lady that did actions, and it made her no longer exist on this plane. And as I read it out, a couple of platforms demonetized for that other person that I were doing it live for. And all I were doing was reading the history. So I thought to myself, right, okay. So Rumble, home of free speech. I'm going to set that up there, and hopefully I'll be safe. Hiya, Kim.
Hello, Kim.
Wow, British Columbia.
Canada.
Wow, Canada. Wow. When I think of Canada, it's just massive place. Hi, Nigel, all the way from South Pole. We do not forget.
Long time no see, Nigel.
Oh, Nigel might have hip replacement surgery in the future. All the best, Nigel.
Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, Kim, Canada. Oh, wow. I watch a lot of programs about like Canada, Alaska, those places. I think they fascinate me because they're massive, and it's like the weather. They're just massive places. But yeah,
internet as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was sad as well to hear about what happened in the last couple of days over there with the school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Terrible that.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah. But I like Canada, definitely. Loads of history.
Yeah, definitely, Nigel. Keep us updated on how you go on.
Yeah, definitely. Keep us up to date. Yeah, definitely on that one. But yeah, there were one thing in Canada. It's on West Coast. There were a massive military, like little village bit of a massive military installation put there. It's abandoned now, and I saw someone going round it, and they got that scared. They didn't go. There were 2 other levels they could have gone down. They didn't even bother.
Oh, I think I've seen that. I think I have seen that the other day. Yeah. No, they won't go in with it. No.
God, I'd have loved to do it. Would have I carried on? I'd like to say yeah, because I jump in caves. Our Phil's been. I'm going to tell a story actually about our Phil in Canada. Kim, check this out. Wow. But that military installation, there were a section and it was graffitied on wall, and it said, they said I'd never last a day in the real world. That's funny. You won't last a night in mine. And I'm like, this guy's walking about, man.
I haven't seen that. Well,
you see that, and all you see is darkness in front of you, and it can go down even more. I'm like, I'm pretty brave, but I don't know if I'm that. And he was saying, he's a brave guy, but stupid. I'd rather not be. You know what I mean? But thing is, somebody would have had to wait me, and I'd have pushed. I'd turn live off and go, guys, I'm gonna do it.
Oh no, no.
And I do this when we do investigations with Ghost of Britain. Some of the dumbest things I do, I check out when we're not live. There were one where tunnel were collapsed, but I could get round it, so I got round it and carried on going. But in my mind, I'm thinking, this has already collapsed. You know what I mean? But it's not because I'm daft. It's because I'm like, well, it's still intact. For
about 5 minutes. No, you're all right.
Yeah. The chances, you know. Phil's been to Canada. And he, like I said, he loved it. But he were going to see Niagara Falls from Canadian side. And an interstate, some big road. Do they call them interstates over there? Kim can tell us. It was closed, and they didn't know how to use sat-nav, him and his mate. They got lost, and they ended up going down a private dirt track, and it says private, keep out. But he couldn't turn round because of banking. He carried on, and it was this little village, and they were literally stood there and they were like farmers and stuff, and they had shotguns on their arms. And
oh God, no!
Him and his mate were like, "Oh no!" But he got out, went in shop, asked for some advice. He went, "You do know you're not supposed to be here." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but we couldn't turn around." He asked, and they were nice, and they showed him best way to Niagara Falls.
It's not like the time my foot went through the floor.
Yeah, we went around an abandoned building. His foot went through floor. He fell to one side and he went through wall. He always forgets wall bit. I've fallen through a full floor from first floor to ground.
I still cannot forget about watching that when you did that one when you went in the swamp. Sorry, but I just can't forget about that one.
Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, I mean these are
sorry, Phil.
Phil. Wow, that it were it were nice blue skies, nice green fields of England, and we're in Peak District, and we went to see a stone circle, which we did, and we're walking across, and there's this public footpath, and it's right in front of us. We're walking, and I'm kind of all right, but it's slippery. But our Phil is walking, and he's sinking, and we've ended up in sinking mud, and it was literally just sinking, and we got back. We're trying to pull him up, but there were no. He's trying to get up. He's running out of breath, exhaustion. I'm trying to pull it up. I'm sinking.
Oh.
And literally 50 yards that way, there's a public footpath. People looking at us going, what are they doing? You know, it's like... It got to the point where he was that tired. It looked that hopeless. He just went, forget it. Just leave me here. I'll sink. So, yeah, probably nearly did die at that point.
He said he nearly died.
So he had to do that where you stretch real forward, kick your legs up, and roll out. Yeah, oh my God. And then there were other one as well. I went investigating in Scotland, and there were a cave, and you were on coast. And sea were out. And I was with this lady as well. She was there. She knew area. She went, yeah, sea's out. But when it comes in, that cave fills up with water. So I'm like, okay. But it's over there, so I'm fine. So I went in. Next minute, it's filling up with water.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's so quick, isn't it? That does it. It doesn't really
I went up, and I'm like, it's coming in. I'm seeing it coming in. And I'm like, so I get out and see still a decent amount away. And she went, yeah, it sticks that well, doesn't it? And she said to me, it don't fill up when water gets to it because it seeps in underneath and fills it. I'm like, that detail would have been good first, you know. I were in there and it started filling up with water. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So, that's what makes me think that place in Canada, and the village is no longer used. Just sits there abandoned. I'm like, I'd love to go there.
There's a little place in Wales like that as well, isn't there?
An
abandoned place. Yeah, it's quite far out though. I'd love to go and visit that one.
Yeah, I were in Wales. We did this location, and police turned up, and we were like, "Oh, being busted." So we went to the fence. We said, "Oh, this is why we're here," you know. They went, "Oh, all right, yeah." To be fair, guys, you don't want to be here. You want to be in that abandoned building at top of the hill. They told us where to go.
It's all right, wasn't it?
But they went, but we're not going to be going up there, even if you phone up, because we're not. It's not nice. And we're in woods on top of the hill. And they were serious. They said, you want to go there, but we're not bothering up there. But and funny thing is, it's on a zit list to go back to. Because we didn't know how to get to it. But they told us where it were. And what we noticed is in Wales, police were really nice. Right, as long as you're not doing any damage or harm, they're really nice, kind of thing. But Scotland as well. Scotland's amazing.
Oh yeah,
it's got some really remote stuff going off in Scotland.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So yeah,
I was supposed to go to Wales this weekend. We were supposed to go tomorrow night and then stay Saturday, but something else turned up, so we couldn't go.
Right, yeah.
So we're gonna have to put that one off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been to Anglesey and North of Wales, and that were amazing. There were loads of stuff.
That's actually where we were supposed to go.
What, Anglesey?
Anglesey, yeah. Really
good. You'll love that. There's South Stack Lighthouse.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And just up that hill, there's a Neolithic village.
Yeah. I think I've been there.
Yeah, like bases at houses.
Yeah.
Amazing are the constructed those.
Oh yeah.
Then there's on way out Anglesey. There's an abandoned prison, a castle, and it's across from Snowdon. We did all that, but there's some weird things as well. There's a church. It's where they believe Mary visited in Anglesey. Best thing is, it's not searchable on Google.
That's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, but I know where it is. I was shown by someone in Anglesey.
There are some really old churches and all that on that you can go and have a look at.
Yeah, there is, and also there's a big copper mine there, and that's where they found those 6-fingered sledgehammer shafts.
Right. Ooh.
Not sure why, but yeah, and the size of like the hammer head were for overly strong humans. So some say giants, but whatever on that one. Another place which is pretty good for medieval like churches and stuff is Norfolk.
Yeah,
they've got a lot, and yeah, that's always a good one. So yeah, I mean, we'll with episodes coming up, we'll get some links, clips together of stuff we come across.
What I want as well, if you wanted to do it, it's like your local area. If you research your local area, find out, say I'm from Manchester, all the things that people have not heard before. Because I've come across a lot of hauntings that have gone on in like Manchester and whatever that they've never been heard of before, or went way out. The history and all that lot of your area.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be a good thing to do if we both done that.
Yeah, because
I mean, even if Phil ever wants to bob on, it's fine by me. He can do it. Yeah,
Phil, you'll be bobbing on with us
whenever he wants.
Yeah. I'll just show you what it is as well. That's interesting because
a lot of people don't know a lot about. You see, maybe it's just your little town, but that town has got an awful lot in it.
Yeah, and also, sometimes, like you've just said there, there's places close by to your town that you never think of.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, strangely enough. We've got a little project that we were looking at.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a look, seeing if I can share. Would I be all right to try and share my screen?
Yeah, if it comes up here, I'll just chuck it on.
Okay. There you go. Hopefully you might see that. Yep, lovely. Right. This is a project we've got going. You right there, Phil?
Yo, all good.
All good. Right. So just as a little explanation, we've set up a rig where it's a projector shining down a map, and then you'll see what we're doing. We're looking at this, aren't we? As in, right. So we're looking at this. We've got the map here. We have paper. We've got pen pendulum. See how this is going to go.
Yeah.
So let's have a look. Make sure you guys can see. Yep, you can see the map. So this is map of South Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Our moving pendulum about purposely.
Oh, that's a good old way of doing things, that, John, you know.
That's why.
That is him, yeah. Old school,
yeah.
Totally old school, that, yeah.
It is, yeah. And we're using modern ways because what it is, the amount of paper and maps you'd need to be able to do this, it'd be daft. But this way, we can zoom in, zoom out, concentrate on one area bit by bit.
Absolutely.
When you see me moving pendulum at first a lot, it's me trying to get a feel for weight, how to hold it straight, things like that. Because I do use pendulum quite. We used to use it a lot, but yeah. Okay, so basically, we're going to have spirits or intuition, inner intuition, whatever we've got contact with. We want it to guide us to where we can go, somewhere where we can find. If you've noticed as well, I'm moving my hands a lot, and it don't move much. It's a heavy pendulum.
Yeah.
So that's also
yeah.
Something connect with something. So let's have a mooch around. First, we're just going to see.
That's an old which way is that, John?
Okay. Not just yet. Let's just tune it in. Oh, do you see that weird pull there?
Yeah.
It starts to circle. Right, okay, that's interesting. But we're making sure it weren't me. If it means something, we're just tuning in for now, guys. If it means something, I mean, I can make it swirl like that. But we're not doing that. We're waiting for it to react. So we're just tuning in. We're going to go around boundary. Still moved a bit there. That's a nice speed, isn't it? And go further in. Oh, look at that there.
Where's that?
Bentley. Okay, but then we'll zoom in. But we'll try this again. And what we'll. So, what?
Did you say Bentley then?
Bentley, yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Okay, I was discussing with my best mate Sue where we were going, and we was actually talking about Bentley. Weirdly enough, Bentley, yeah.
That's
we're
amazing.
Trying to figure out a way to get to Bentley. Weird that.
That is strange, yeah.
That is weird, yeah.
Now, later on, I will be asking you what's made you want to go to Bentley. So
I don't know what makes you want to go to Bentley. It's just a pull to go to Bentley.
Well, when we zoomed in, it ended up over a place called Scaresby. And to be fair, first looking at it, it's one road, two pubs and a few buildings. But oddly enough, we've got in someone contacted us. We've got talking to them. A Stone Circle's involved.
Right.
An haunted pub, what's been there for 100 plus years. And we would never have found that if it weren't for us doing that and then following it up.
That's weird. How can that just come together like that?
Yeah, exactly. So you mentioned local area, weirdly enough, with our video, just put it up.
Yeah.
We mentioned Bentley, and weirdly enough, you've already thought of Bentley.
We were actually sat there today.
That's weird.
Trying to work out how the hell to get to Bentley, but it'd take us like 3 hours to get there. So we said, well, we're not going to be able to do it this trip, but next trip we'll look for somewhere to stay there. And that's where we'll go, to Bentley.
Yeah, I might be able to.
Odd is that?
Yeah, I might be able to give a bit of a guide on where to stay and stuff like that. Yeah, might be able to sort that. Hi, Robert.
Because we've got about old churches. We need, to look at some old churches and stuff like that. And that just sort of came up, Bentley, for some reason.
Yeah, and when you do that, we could meet you because we've got a few places already in us we know of that we can say, oh, check this out, But yeah, that's what we're saying. Let's say nothing directed us to that area. It don't matter. We ended up circling that area. We've looked into it. We've met someone that we wouldn't have met if it weren't for doing that. We might be ending up going to investigating a pub we wouldn't have known of. Yeah. We found a stone circle we would have never known of, and that's the beauty of it. No matter what, there's a good result. And when we did do this, we called it Project Ball and Chain, right? And it was like a double-edged thing. It's a ball on a chain, a pendulum, but also it's a slight dig at wife.
Slight dig at the wife.
Ball and chain. I want to get the old ball and chain out. But we did it when we didn't have much technology. So it's just we've got 10 locations wrote down with pictures because we didn't video things back then.
You know what? The old ways are the best ways to do it because they always will be.
Yeah, less complicated, pretty simple to understand what's going off.
Robert.
Don't get me wrong. Hiya, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
But at the same time, we do use apps and things like that. But there's always chance of pollution, things like that. Yeah. But at the same time, we do it. Because when we use these apps, what if that's a way for these entities as well to come through? And as much as that sounds crazy, because I used to think that sounded crazy, the AI developers are now detecting some strange going-ons in their systems. And they've even warned each other about this is creating something we don't understand, So, yeah, it's interesting stuff. But we're going to do that Project Ball and Chain. That was just a slight pilot. It's a pilot. We're going to do it.
And after that weird coincidence, we'll definitely have to do the Bentley.
Yeah, absolutely. Robert, this is his first Thursday.
Yeah, it's the first Thursday back.
Yep.
Today.
We've just shown a clip. I'll just share that. I'll just share that setup so you can see it. I'll share it just for you, Robert. Share. Just showing this. What speed? So usually we're using a pendulum to see if we get any like action to pull us in a certain direction to visit, and then we'll follow up by visiting that place, see what we find, things like that. That's a nice speed, isn't it? Go further in.
Can't believe it came across the mouse. We were doing that today. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Bentley. Yeah. But then we'll zoom in. But we'll try this again. And what we'll do is that's something.
Yeah.
That's a pilot. That were a pilot, but we are going to follow it up. And we already have. We're going to do a video soon of showing the research. Some might not want to watch that, but we're going to show as well us sitting down and going, right, we got this Bentley, all right then, Scoresby. Okay, let's type it in. What happened in these places? Yeah. We want to know. First things I look for are Templar connections, witches, monks, priories, churches, landowners, those things. I look at first things I type, to be fair. And
battles, wars. Also.
Battles, yeah. So basically, Robert, as well, that's pendulum system. But we spent a bit of time. We used the table, two tripods, and then we erected a system so we can put projector just at right angle and right distance, shine it down, and then we can use computer for map. Otherwise, you be getting maps out all the time. But then we get South Yorkshire like that, put pendulum over it, look at it, zoom in, and say, right, where in this area do you want us to go, and try and get it down to a couple of buildings or something. But we also do look up the whole area as well. And so yeah, we'll do a video research, and then also us being there. We'll just video us visiting place, see what happens.
Yeah. You find things like that, generally something.
Yeah.
For a reason.
If nothing happens and we just find best fish and chip shop in world,
that's all right.
Yeah, it'll be worth, yeah, it'll be worth it, won't it? Yeah. But so Robert, we use
2 minutes, John. Have we done the hour? We was only supposed to do an half hour.
I know. And my battery is close to dying. But we use current maps, but when I do research, I pull up the old maps as well.
Yeah, on the old map. Yeah,
definitely.
That's where on the old maps anyway. If it's not on,
Yeah. I mean, I've got one where you can fade it in and out of the new map, so you can look where it is today. Because especially when you look at Peak District, there's some areas now what are underwater. And you can see what exactly were flooded underwater, reservoirs. It's more than what you think.
Oh.
Farms, stuff like that, mills.
We're going to call it a quitting for tonight.
Definitely, yeah.
And we'll definitely be back next week. We don't know what we've got. We'll sort that out in the week, won't we, John?
Yep, definitely. Yep. And like we said, we'll comment on anything we find dubious in week, spiritual warfare stuff, fear mongering, things like that. Any kind of investigations we've been to, we will have one to talk about because I'm going to Derby Jail tomorrow.
Oh, man.
With Ghosts of Britain. So if you do check out Ghosts of Britain, 9:00, we'll be on there. And there's a new system we've got. We'll explain that. Definitely.
Right, well, thank you for everyone coming in for us first night back. And we'll definitely be seeing you next week.
Absolutely.
Good night.
See you later. Thanks.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.